Hello everybody, and welcome to our first ever introduction to Drive Green. We're so glad you could make it today. This webinar is for dealerships who are curious about what Drive Green is exactly and are thinking about potentially joining the program and just want a little bit more information. So with that being said, I'll tell you a little bit more about the organization that runs it and about myself. So my name is Devin DeLibero. I am the Energy Program Coordinator with Green Energy Consumers Alliance, and I primarily work on the Drive Green program. Green Energy Consumers Alliance is a nonprofit that is local to Massachusetts and Rhode Island, whose mission it is to harness the power of energy consumers to speed the transition to a low carbon future. We do this in a myriad of different ways. Two of the big ones are different energy related programs like Drive Green, and another one is through policy and advocacy work. So as you can see from our mission statement, Drive Green pairs well with it because we are making an effort to use consumer buying power to get EVs off the lot and on the roads in the best way we know how. So what is Drive Green? Drive Green is a program that was started in 2016 as in a two-faceted approach. So the first is with a portal for folks to actually sign up to test drive electric vehicles through participating dealers. Participating dealers offer fixed monthly discounts for anybody who goes through our website to sign up for a test drive. And I'll show you a little bit more about what that looks like in a minute. And then, so, we have that portal through which people can sign up to test drive an electric vehicle and therefore potentially buy one or lease one. But we also have educational tools for customers. So when I show you the website in a little bit, you'll see exactly what that looks like. You'll see all the different resources we have for folks and things like winter driving and charging and like basic incentive information and so on and so forth. So we had that all laid out at people's fingertips. So potentially they could have any and all their questions answered just by looking at the website. And if they can't get their questions answered, then we do things like host webinars and have events, and we have our contact information on the website. So we make it very accessible for folks who are interested in buying an electric vehicle and have a lot of questions about making the switch from a gas-powered car to an electric vehicle because we know it can be a little bit interesting for folks. So I'm going to show you the website. Okay. So this is what the Drive Green website looks like. It's greenenergyconsumers.org/drivegreen if you're interested in looking this up on your own time. But basically, we've kind of put the website into 3 buckets. And we have our Learn More bucket, our Explore and Shop bucket, and our Take Action bucket. And you'll notice if you scroll down the page a little bit more, we have a little video about what the program is exactly. Excuse me. And we also have testimonials. So people who have bought cars through their program, how much they love it and appreciate their cars, and kind of just another way to show customers that this is not only a great program, but it's great to switch to an electric vehicle. So we have the Learn More button. In Learn More, you will see the introduction to EV. So we do like a basic EV 101 that you can drill into here for people who are curious. We talk about charging and driving. We talk about how fun it is to drive an EV, how they're super zippy and fun. We talk about like one pedal driving. For charging, we talk about all the different levels there are to charging, the best resources as far as like plug, share, charge point, that sort of thing to find charging on the go. And we also have resources and even a guide to help folks figure out how to, install level 2 charging at their home. We also talk about environment and health and how electric vehicles are great for those things. And finally, and probably most importantly for you guys, is the cost and rebate. So we talk about like basically how battery prices are going down every year, so they're making cars even more and more cheaper to buy. And then we talk about like the different state rebates, like Massachusetts small EV rebate, the fact that Rhode Island doesn't have one anymore, the state rebate, so on and so forth. So these are the educational tools that we have for folks who are interested in EVs. And then we also have, excuse me while my computer loads, I'm going to talk about the take action bucket before we go to explore and shop. So take action is another way we keep leads or customers in the know about electric vehicles. So we have our take the pledge bucket, which is my next car will be electric. So people who may not be ready to make that car buying decision, we have a pledge for them to keep them in the loop and let them know everything about EVs in the meantime so we don't lose them. So that's why they take the pledge. We contact them every so often. Then we have a newsletter, which is quarterly, and we keep people in the know about the latest EV news, any like really great deals, or if there's like recalls, or if there's a really great, you know, EV coming down the line in like 6 months to a year. We let people know about that. Pre-COVID times, we tell people about events that we have. We usually like to do a lot of ride and drives and invite our dealers to come participate, to let people actually have that tangible experience of driving that car in the hope that they will then go purchase or lease it. Post-COVID times or during COVID times, we host a lot of webinars kind of similar to this one to get people in the know and just to keep them thinking about electric vehicles. And then we also have an EV ambassador program through which people can join and come to these events to show off their cars or act as panelists on some of our webinars. And we also have our Drive Green community group on Facebook where folks can go to talk about electric vehicles and ask questions and pretty much anything to keep people thinking about electric vehicles we've tried to do. So we'll go back to the main page. Okay. Now, most importantly, we have the Explore and Shop button. So just this little thing just tells you how it all works. And when you're ready, you go here. So because I'm in this website so often, it didn't come up with the normal screen. It comes up with a little pop-up screen that asks you whether you want to look for pre-owned or new cars, or what state you want to be in. So last year we started a pre-owned version of the program. It has no discount associated with it. It's just whatever vehicles you have in stock, we will put on the website for you as if they're an EV. It is optional. You don't have to join one or the other. So we let people know if they want to join the pre-owned program, what will happen is one of my coworkers will come through your website every month to post new inventory on our website and take down old inventory. So it's just another thing. But in our case, we want to really talk about the new vehicles. So we're going to change this from pre-owned to new. We're going to pretend we're in Massachusetts, even though I live in Rhode Island. But this is the first page of the portal. So you'll see on the left-hand side, we have it filtered very similar to other car buying websites. So you can filter if you want just a battery electric vehicle, or if you want a plug-in hybrid, if you want certain range, or if you want a base MSRP, so on and so forth. A lot of people are actually really curious, as I'm sure you're well aware, about whether it's four-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive. And I've been finding that a lot more folks want all-wheel drive EVs, and I know that they're coming down the pipeline. So that being said, you can filter to your heart's content on the left-hand side, but in the middle of the page, you'll see that every card has its own card, so to speak. And so you'll see that you'll know if it's a battery electric vehicle, what the range is. It's basically just a little fast facts kind of thing that you want to know when you're comparing individual vehicles to one another. So on the right-hand side of the card, or of each card, we have the base MSRP, whether or not there's a federal tax credit. You can see obviously that GM doesn't have one anymore, unfortunately. The state rebate, the lowest current final Drive Green price that's available when we roll all of those things together. And so when you're ready, what you would do is hit this select car. Again, this is as the customer. You would hit this select car button for whatever cars you're thinking about comparing. You go to the next page. You select your trim levels. So I already have some pre-checked off here. And then you go and review the different the different offerings that are happening this month. So for example, Quirk Chevy, they're always highly competitive. This month, they are offering a 15,000 discount, which is incredible and very generous. But the way we lay it out is there's the price before discount, the Drive Green discount, the Massachusetts state rebate, the federal tax credit if there is one, and then we roll that all into the final price. And so we make sure that folks know that this is all being rolled into the final price, and that if there is a federal tax credit, you still have to pay that money unless, until you do your taxes. Then we have all these different boxes, so you can say if this is contingent upon, for example, GM financing, all the different things that come with it, anything you can possibly imagine. We also have lease deals that you can put here too. You can see, again, Quirk is very detailed in their offerings, which is fantastic for people who are curious. And they even offer different lease incentives down in the bottom, so you can see if you want more mileage per year, you can see what the different prices will be, and so on and so forth. So it's a great tool for folks who just kind of want everything in front of their face right then and there. And you can compare to other dealers too that are listed prices for that month. So Herb Connolly Chevy, for example, or Meyer Chevy, and what they're offering. So once you're done and you've found cars that you're interested in and dealerships that you want to go test drive at, what you do is you click the little squares and you complete this information right here. So once all of this information is submitted by the customer, what happens is you will get an email with all of this information notifying you that this customer has signed up for a test drive and is eligible for this deal. They will also get an email with all of your information. So it's a nice closed loop. As far as on your end of things, we do ask that you reach out to customers within 48 hours so we know that they're actually being talked to and if a potential deal is moving forward. All of this information doesn't only just live in an email, it will get put on a Google spreadsheet. And that Google spreadsheet, we ask that you update so we know, one, if you've contacted them, and two, if it's translated into a purchase release so we can record it. And I'll show you a little bit more about what that looks like in just a second. Okay, we're back to the presentation. Okay, so hold your horses on what that lead spreadsheet looks like. I will show you in just a minute. I have to get through this slide and then I will show you. So how does the dealer benefit from this program? Well, as you may have guessed, we will provide you with motivated and educated leads. I just showed you all of the educational tools that we had and explained to you the different ways we do outreach, like with webinars and events and so on and so forth. So we really make sure that, we try to make sure that our leads or our customers have all the resources at their fingertips, so they shouldn't have any strenuous questions to ask you. They should just be ready to buy these vehicles. Then obviously we have our customer service experience. So we have all of our information on our website. Customers are free to contact us whenever they want about electric vehicles in general or their car buying experience. We also make sure we hold their hands through the process a little bit, and we will call them after they signed up for a deal to make sure everything's going smoothly and they're happy with their experience. So that's a great thing. It's also free marketing. It doesn't cost anything to join the program. We do marketing in so many different ways, through paid social media ads, just through the website itself, through all the different groups we have, through marketing emails, through our different partnerships, like so on and so forth. We have lots of different marketing avenues, so it is free marketing. And then we try to keep our dealers in the know about relevant electric vehicle information. So for Massachusetts folks, if there's any change in the more EV rebate, we make sure we let our dealers know. If there's anything changing with the federal tax incentive, we will definitely let dealers know. But things like that are really important to us to make sure that the dealers know what's happening and what's relevant to their fields of work that they might not necessarily be in tune with as quickly as we are. Another thing we do is we have a lot of like municipalities reach out to us about fleets and things of that nature, and so that's very separate from the program, but we act as a resource for other folks and not just like the individual customer. And so I've definitely recommended fleet managers to different participating dealers in our network. So that's another thing to keep in mind. It doesn't happen super frequently, but it does happen enough that it it seemed relevant to bring up. Again, there is no cost to participate in the program. So for every lead, it doesn't matter, you're not paying for individual leads. The only time money comes into play is when one of those leads translates into a purchase or a lease. So only if you get money, we get money. So when that does happen, and when you do sell your Nissan Leaf or you do sell a Chevy Bolt or whatever, we ask for a $100 finder's fee, or a referral fee rather. And we'll know that that's happened through the Google spreadsheet and also through conversing with you and the customer. So that's just something to consider. How does this all work from the dealer perspective? So what does that look like on the back end of things? Well, for one, we ask that you fill out our online application, so I can send a link to you if you're curious and just want to look it over. We do ask that you pay particular attention to what we ask for in prices, because what you normally have in your prices might not be as extensive as what we have in the final price. We want to make sure all the things that are necessary are included, so people know exactly what they're going to be paying when they go to the dealership. So we ask for things like the destination fee to be included, and all other fees with the exception of titles, plates, registration, and sales tax. So that's just something to keep in mind. Once you have filled out the application, I get a ping and I look it over, make sure everything's all set, and I set you up in our system. The first thing I will set you up with is a login to our Drive Green price update portal, which is illustrated on the right-hand side. So this is what it will look like as an example from your side of things. So what you'll do, you'll get your login, which will be your email address and a random password that I create, and a URL, and it'll bring you here. And you'll fill out things like when this deal will expire. Again, fixed monthly basis, so whenever your next program expires. The car model year, the price before discount, the Drive Green discount you're offering, et cetera, et cetera. So you fill out all the different boxes, and just be mindful that we do have little reminders of what we expect in each box. And feel free to look at how other dealers are posting their prices if you have any questions, or just reach out to me directly if it's like one of the first times you're doing it, and I can help you through it. But we try to make it as seamless and as easy as possible. So you fill out the application, I get a ping. I send you a welcome email with the first thing is the Drive Green price update portal login. You do that. Once you have submitted your deal, I get another ping and I vet it, and then it gets posted on the website. If there's something wrong with it, I'll usually give you a call, or there's a button that says reject on my version of this, and you'll get an email that says it's been rejected, and then I'll tell you why in the email. So just know that. Another thing to know about this is I can hide deals. So once prices have expired and they've expired for too long and I haven't heard from you, or I've tried to get in touch with you and we just, for whatever reason, the prices haven't been updated, I will hide the deal from the website, and you'll get an email that tells you that it's been hidden. And it's fine if that happens. You can update again at any time, but just know that that's a thing that happens. So that the Drive Green price update portal is one thing. The other thing that you will get access to is the lead sheet, which we talked about a little bit earlier. So it's a Google spreadsheet. Every dealer gets one. And they look like, yes, this is a good example. So again, you get all that, when the customer submits their request for a test drive at your dealership, there's that exchange of information through email, but then it also lives here on this spreadsheet. So you'll get their name, their email, their phone number, the best time of day to call them, et cetera, the cars that they're interested in. You'll see here that this particular dealer offers both new vehicles, and this is how pre-owned vehicles come in with the VIN number. And then we ask that you fill in some of this information here. I don't expect that all of this information will be filled in. You'll see there's some gaps and stuff, but at the very least, I know that Guy has reached out to this person at some point. And that's really all I'm looking for. And also whether or not this has translated into a purchase release. So we also ask that you fill out like date of purchase release and what car they did and purchase and that sort of thing. Because I do invoicing the second week of every month. So I will check this, and if it hasn't been filled out, expect me to bug you. I will call you, I will email you, and I won't be that obnoxious, but I will bug you to come and fill this out, or at the very least to let me know if everyone's been reached out to verbally, and to let me know which cars have actually translated into a sale. And that's generally how all of this works. Trying to think if there's anything else you need to know about leads. I don't think so. I hope this is straightforward enough for you. So what are your next steps? So if you are interested and you feel like this is a good deal and this is a great program and you love it as much as I do, you will fill out that application. And then we'll go from there. Or if you are still curious and want to check out the website a little bit more, then you will go on our website and check out all the resources we have, and then you'll see how great this program is for you and your dealership. You'll sign up and fill that application. And that's it. This is my contact information. Again, my name is Devin DeLibero. I am the Energy Program Coordinator. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. But if not, then we will be good. So I will wait for about a minute to see if there's any questions that are coming in, and then we will sign off. And thank you for coming today. All right, I think that is it. Looks like no questions are coming in. You have all of my information here on this slide should you need it, and I will send out a recording of this presentation to all that have attended and signed up. But again, thank you for everyone who came to this presentation. I really hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot, and I look forward to working with you in the future.